Achievements will never help you to get rid of the imposter syndrome. Even people who have everything, who have a lot of things, who have a lot of achievements, have the imposter syndrome. This thing is very tricky, and you need to understand the mechanism of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is very tricky, and you need to understand how it works, and after that you can get rid of it very fast. Hello dears, welcome to the serial about useful tips for YouTube creation, for content creation. From our team we create different solutions with AI, or not only with AI, for bloggers, for influencers, for people who are connected with social medias. The imposter syndrome is my own pain. If you want to see more videos, you can check our playlist or our another videos. We have 6 videos about useful tips for YouTube. Imposter syndrome is my own and personal pain. I have spent a lot of years in therapy, and I use different solutions, I use different methods to get rid of it. But now I want to share with you it in context of content creation, because there are a lot of people who want to share their thoughts, who want to make videos for boosting their projects, for gaining views, for introduce themselves to the world. There are a lot of different aims in building video content, and I have spent a lot of time speaking with people who have fears, who have different thoughts about starting making content, and other people who are preparing whole their life, thinking that in one moment they will decide to do something, to create videos, but they never do it, and they spend their life in the waiting of this moment. One people think that they are not ready for that, and other people have a lot of fears. For example, people are scared of audience reaction. Someone thinks that their environment, people near it, people have a lot of fears. For example, one think that their videos will not get views, and other people are scared of audience reaction. Third people are scared of their environment reaction. The people who are near with them cannot support it. There are a lot of different fears of people, and even someone thinks that they need to have good equipment, someone thinks they need to have a good team, but all these thoughts are not real. If you have not started to build your channel yet, it can happen not only because you do not know how to do it, or you do not have instruments. Sometimes it is about psychological things. And today I want to share with you my strategy with fighting with imposter syndrome. There are a lot of different practices, such as achievement lists or victory lists. I have tried to do a lot of things. For example, there was a task from there are a lot of different practices, such as victory list or achievement list. Even I try a practice from my partner. It is about writing 100 points why you are good why you are a good expert, but nothing helps, because imposter is not about understanding your value. It's about a role you play. Let's discuss it more. But it doesn't work, because imposter, it's not about your real achievements. It's not about how you understand your value. It is about a role you play. If you want to get rid of imposter syndrome, you do not need to play with it. Imposter syndrome creates situations when you think that you are not valuable, or situation where you are not expert. That is a role that helps. Imposter syndrome is very tricky, as I have said, and you don't need to play with it. You don't need to explain yourself that you are valuable. You just need to understand that it is a role, it is a separate mask, it is not you. The brain plays theater in your life, your own brain sometimes. You need to understand the motivation of this role that you are playing as an imposter. We can be imposters if we have different fears. For example, if we have fear that we will get results, we will use imposter syndrome to not to do the required things. If we are scared of our environment reactions, we will use imposter syndrome to stay in the situation in what we stay now. A lot of people fear to be uncomfortable for their environment. That's why syndrome of imposter is very good to stay comfortable for our environment. There are a lot of different motivations. For example, people are scared of emotional or financial independence and use this syndrome to be dependent. That imposter is one of the expression of victimhood and survival mode. Our brain is not adapted to success, it is adapted for survival. So we use it. We sometimes do not know even that we are using it for this reason. We think that we need to become more efficient, become more professional. But a lot of masters or really professional people think that they are not ready to get results. And someone who are not master at all, we are ready, because it is a role. It is not about a real level of professionalism. It is about brain skills, it is about emotional skills, about your relationships with yourself. So if you want to get rid of imposter system, you first need to understand that role you play, and it is a separate mask. It is not you. It is one of your role. This role can be created by other people who want to take you into the dependence, for example, into emotional and financial dependence. It can be your environment, can be your partner in relationships, it can be your family, it can be your friends, anyone. But until you are spending your life in the dependence, you are not a happy person. You do not realize yourself. You do not pay your own attention, pay your own efforts into building your dreams life. So it is your choice how to live. You can be dependent on the people, or you can be free and you can be happy. It's not about only content creation. This syndrome can show itself in different categories. People are scared of starting business, people are scared of starting relationships, but I usually see it in the content creation because people think that they need to be more professional to sell something through the content, to get clients through the content, and think that they're not good enough for talking to the camera, or people think that they have fear to talking to the camera, but you do not have fear. You do not have fear at all. You are not scared of these things. You're not feared of audience reaction. You don't have fear of getting clients. You have fear to get out of this role you have played for whole life in your last environment, or in your family, or in your relationship. And this role continues in different spheres of life, like as a content creation. You don't need to have good equipment. Even iPhone is enough. I mean, mobile phone is enough to get good quality of picture. Even mobile microphone and AI services enough to have a good sound. You don't need to nothing more. You already have a lot of things to start channel, to create videos and to get results. If you do not know something technical things, you can check our videos, you can check another people's videos and get useful advices and technology level now create for you access to the good quality. And even quality is not the important part. I mean, yes, it is important, but the scripts, the idea, and the energy and the emotions is more important in the content marketing at all. It is interesting paradox that very talented people who can a lot of different nice things, who can change the world in the better way, they are self-sacrifice, and people who cannot create value are not self-sacrifice at all and get everything they want. It is a life paradox, and it is not about the real level of your professionalism. It's about your skills to take different roles that was integrated in your behavior, and understand their motivation, and understand how to change this role in the way you need. Understand what role you are playing now. If you understand that you are now playing imposter syndrome, you need to catch it by the tail and try to find who in your environment is trying to hold you back. I mean, sometimes people integrate this role into you. They do not understand themselves that they do it, but sometimes it happens. And someone want to hold you back from your dreams life. Someone want to hold you back from clients, for money, for views, for popularity. And people do not want. Only you are interested in your success. Only you are interested in your happiness. And sometimes close people are too trying to hold you back, because if you will not. If you're playing imposter syndrome now and you understand it, you need to catch it by the tail. You don't need to write a list of your achievements. You don't need to understand that, oh, I'm playing an imposter role. It is a syndrome of victim. Who in my environment are trying to hold me back? Because sometimes close people trying to hold you back, because if you will become happy, free, you get your dreams life, you get a success, you get clients, views, everything you want, where life become not so good. Because you supporting their victimhood now, and if you will not support their victimhood, it will be more hard to them to be victims. I mean that you do not need to scratch out with connection between the people who are connected, who are staying in the victimhood, and you, because it's not your role. It's not about you. You can be professional, you could be started. It's not even dependent on the real life of. You need to take out this connection with people who are staying in the victimhood, because it is a lot of people are trained to be victim from childhood. I will make a lot of videos about that later. It is videos of my personal branding. I mean, it's not from YouTube, but you need to understand that if you want to start doing content, you do not need to be prepared. You can do it just now. People think that in one day we will be ready, but not. You never will be ready for anything. And starting channels and content creation too. It can be, of course, hard in the beginning to get rid of victim role, because imposter syndrome is based on victim role. You're not imposter, you're the victim. You need to understand this fact, and everything will come in the way you need. But if you need to have more advices for starting channel, for creating videos, you need technical tips. We will create new video soon about starting channel. I mean the strategy, I mean the simple ways to start, simple things to do in the beginning, to start more faster, more easier, to spend less money. And of course, there are a lot of different things you can see on the internet, but sometimes people know by themselves what to do, but not to do it. Just not to do it because they want to stay in the victim role. You have a motivation to stay in the victim role, to be comfortable for an hour, as I have said, or you have fears to be successful, or you have fears to be alone. There are a lot of different motivation of this role. And I think I have said enough. You do not need to get rid of imposter by understanding your value. You need to understand your victim, and after that you will get high results, I promise you. And if you want to start your projects, you don't just not only to put a phone and trying to shoot your first video and upload it. It's you don't need to do it good. You need to do it just to do it and retrain your brain that you can do it, and there are no fears. You are not scared of this process, and it is easy. It is very easy. So you can start it just now. If you want to check more useful information and tips for content creation, you can see our playlist, you can see our serial. There are a lot of different things. For example, how to get thumbnails, how to get good titles, how to use trend analytics tools and find good solutions, find good topics for your content, for your channel. Not only for YouTube, but also for our social medias. I have also an article with content strategy, I mean the building content strategy. It is free, you can check in the description, and you can check our free solutions with AI for bloggers, for influencers, and get data for your videos. Just by only link to your video, you can upload it and send a link in trendvi and get title, get description, get SEO, and use it for boosting your channel on the beginning. So see you soon in the next videos. If it was helpful to you, I want to get your feedback, and if you want to check more videos, you can do it on my channel. And see you soon.